Welcome to Remit B. This is Shivam, and in today's video, we are going to talk about sole proprietorship. We're going to talk about in what case you should run a business as a sole proprietor, or in what case you can opt for incorporating, and what will you need to run your business as a sole proprietor. The most important thing that we need to realize when we are working as a sole proprietor is that the business is us and we are the business. That means all our taxes, our income, profit, all of those things, they run as a single unit along with the business. So the business is not needed to have a separate bank account. The business does not need to have a separate tax paying number or a BN in that case. So if we run a sole proprietorship under our own name, we don't need to do anything. There are no registration costs, no fee, nothing that you need to do. Now, most of the self-employed people are technically sole proprietors. If you want to start something, if you want to start a business, if you're looking to, let's say, start something to sell food or anything of that sorts that you want to try first, something that you want to see if it's going to work or not, maybe you're not serious about it yet, you want to try that out, it's better to go for a sole proprietorship, just because one, you don't incur any costs, so you don't need any registration, you don't need separate GST HST accounts and all of those things that would come with an incorporated company. So in that case, you don't need to do any of that. With sole proprietors, there is a caveat, or rather, there is a liability. The liability in this case is unlimited liability, and that's the difference, right? When we talk about incorporating a business, we say it's a limited liability corporation. So what's unlimited liability? So let's say something bad happens at the business and there's a lawsuit, or there are business debts that you've undertaken and you're running as a sole proprietor. All of your own personal assets, such as your car, your home, your phone, all of that comes into that whole proceeding, either a lawsuit or anything of that sorts, and that causes a problem. So in the case that you're running a business that has certain liability restrictions, it is preferred to go for an incorporated company itself. Or also, if your lawyer or somebody has suggested that you incorporate a business, you should go ahead and do so. You should not be looking at sole proprietorship. Now, if that is not the case and you're actually looking to run as a sole proprietor, let's have a look at what you will need. Now, if you're running that business under your own name, you don't need to do anything as we mentioned, but just in case, let's say you want to run something different or have a different name, right? So Shivam does not want to run as Shivam, right? Let's say Shivam wants to run a specific company and I want a different name. I want a unique name. In that case, I will have to register my name, for which I will have to go to the provincial government and I will get a BIN, which is called as a business identification number. And that will only happen after the name gets approved. So I will have to check if somebody has that same name or not. Number two, for tax purposes, you will need a BN in that case, which is a business number, which you'll get while working with the federal government. So you'll have to apply for that there. There's another one. In case you have employees and you want to initiate a payroll to those guys, you will again need a BN, for which you'll need to register the business with the federal government and obtain a BN, a business number once again. Now, there is also a minimum revenue threshold. Once you cross that revenue threshold for that year, you will need a GST HST certificate, and for that you will end up, or rather, once you have that, you will charge a specific service tax based on the province to your customers, which you'll have to pay to the government, for which again you'll need a BN as well, for which you'll need to apply with the federal government. We'll have a separate video coming soon on this very topic. Now, here is kind of a quick summary. If you're operating, let's say, a small business, if you want to test things out, if you want to do things yourself, maybe it's probably going to be only you who's going to be running the business for a year or two at least, and it's a small thing and there are not a lot of liability issues, as well as you're not going to be working with a lot of government tenders because those are going to require an incorporation, you can go ahead and start working as a sole proprietor by your own name today. you don't need to do anything. In case you want to go with a different name, you'll need to register your business name, get that BIN and get the BN, and then separate accounts and all of that. Additionally, if you're running as a sole proprietor under your own name, it is still suggested to have separate bank accounts. So you will technically have two bank accounts for under your own name, one for your everyday life, your expenses and everything that you do in your own personal life, another account by your own name which you will exclusively use for business purposes, the income, the expenses, and this is just to keep your business income, business profits, business expenses separate from your personal life, to make things easy in case of an audit, or also make things easy in case you want to do the bookkeeping yourself as well. In either ways, it's a good practice to keep the money separate, to make to keep things clear. All right, so that's where we are when it comes to sole proprietorship. We hope this video gave you some value. If it did, make sure to smash that like button and leave a comment below if you have any questions. We would love to answer those in video format or in a written format for you guys. Hope you like that video. See you guys next time. This is Shivam from Remit B signing off. Till then, take care.